Hello there, welcome to episode 19 or 18, whatever it is, of Rugby Nats. Mike, this week we're going to be chatting about the Six Nations.
Yes, indeed, my favourite time of the year. So, let's have a few predictions then. Shall we do it just this weekend and then each week make our predictions? Or do you want an overall?
Well, I've actually been thinking about it overall, and I've been thinking about both really, but with Rugby Nats curse knocking around, it could all go horrible. But I mean, overall, in general, I've looked at it several ways, and I think I'll go with the odds. Really, I mean, England, they've got depth. They've got a hell of a lot of depth, and a lot of the talk in the Rugby paper here and in various other papers has all been about the injury count for everybody. And I think mainly because of the depth, I would back England to carry it off. What do you think?
I think it's quite open. It's not just sitting on the fence as usual.
No, it's not a foregone conclusion. No,
I think that there are injury problems. I think Wales seem to be the side that are hit.
9 front row from Scotland.
Yeah, and I mean, to be honest, Scotland have attracted a lot of attention in terms of the sexy rugby that they play, but quite frankly, if you haven't got a scrummage, especially at this level,
you're not going to get any
you're
ball.
not going to get anywhere. So I don't know. I'm not entirely convinced about Scotland. But I think it's quite an intriguing weekend this weekend because you have Wales against Scotland, and Wales have also got something like 7 or 8 injuries. Scotland never do that well at Cardiff, and I think that could actually Wales just might nick it.
Oh, that's interesting because I look at it the other way because I think Scotland are going to have the last 2 autumn internationals right at the front of their mind. They're on a bit of a roll.
Yeah, but people have said that to me. Did you watch that the New Zealand game?
Oh, back at the time I did. I haven't seen it recently.
I mean, I just thought they should have won that. I mean, everybody's saying it was a brave performance, but I mean, it's the fact is they didn't really put their chances away. So. It was another brave defeat. But how many
brave defeats you can need?
Can you take? But I don't know. I just think Wales at home, probably a stronger pack, especially in the set, in the scrum. If they can get themselves in field positions, I think Scotland could be in a bit of problem. But they will try and play their way out of it. That'll be the interesting feature. Ireland travel to France, and I think
France are in the doldrums, aren't they? Really?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's massive problems with the administration, change of coaches.
So many youngsters uncapped.
Yeah. Very difficult to say what sort of French side will turn up. The only thing I would say for them, they do have strength in depth. I mean, they do have a vast reservoir of very, very good players, and there's always somebody you haven't heard of that will come to the fore. Ireland don't have a great record over there, but I mean, Ireland, I'd have thought I was interesting you were saying England would be favourites. I mean, I'd have thought Ireland, despite that game at Twickenham, could well be favourites. They've got a relatively settled side. They've, over the last few years, they've increased the depth in their squad. Rugby as a sport has done well over there in terms of going out into the little towns, etc., getting an interest in areas which were traditionally Gaelic games. So they have built on selling rugby, and they've also benefited from players that they've picked up in the process. So they have got strength in depth. I mean, I don't know. I think Ireland might just win it, and I think Wales just might win it, and then on Sunday you got England and Italy.
And that's interesting as well because I think Italy and Scotland are starting to become all the better for new coaches. I think they're introducing something new.
Yeah.
The Townsend in particular. I mean, I've been reading quite a lot about him. He seems to be quite a motivational guy, and he just wants the ball in hand, doesn't he? And chuck it around.
Yeah, I think he's a sharp rugby
definitely.
mind. But as I said, you need to play. You need to win the ball to play with it.
I don't necessarily say England are bolt-ons. They're going to be my favourites. I think the challenge will come from Ireland, and for the rest, I think those other ones could actually be anywhere. I'm not entirely sure that Italy are a bolt-on for the wooden spoon again.
No, I mean Italy are one which I think we have to be honest. The only reason they're in it is the fact that it's a nice weekend away, isn't it? Because certainly their results do not justify their participation in that tournament. I mean, Georgia, if Georgia, a couple of friends of
How
mine
serious was that last year? Because that was talked about quite a lot, wasn't it?
What, relegation? I don't think you'd ever have relegation. I think that.
Yeah, but how realistic is Georgia as a replacement for Italy?
Well, I don't think it is. I think the game is very popular over there. A couple of friends of mine went over there with the Under-20 World Cup. Very, very good facilities, great enthusiasm for the game, very, very nice people. But the actual city itself, Tbilisi, is, there are areas perhaps you wouldn't wish to go into. And I just think that commands a certain, influence, really. I mean, Romania was similar, weren't they?
A couple of years ago,
in
years
the
ago.
70s and 80s, when it was communist regime. I mean, it was
Ceausescu.
quite grim to go to Bucharest. I did it once, and it was actually very, very grim. So they never really made it. But no, I mean, Italy retained their. They've never beaten England, and quite frankly, I don't see it happening on Sunday.
No, I don't. It's interesting you talk about the social part of it, going to Italy or whatever. I was thinking today about the effect the Six Nations has on clubs, and without a doubt, Six Nations period is probably my favourite period of the season. But I know from our point of view, we're planning quite heavily on trying to get the old bar takings up by publicising the game. We've invested in, I think we've got four large screen TVs to try and get the viewing experience better, and we've messed around with putting food on and not putting food on and all that sort of stuff. And there's no doubt about it, particularly the bigger games, it does increase your revenue. And as we've said several times on several subjects on Rugby Nats before, clubs are businesses now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you need that revenue. But it's not, I don't think really, unless you're in a remote location, the rugby club is not necessarily anymore the place to go and watch rugby. I know we've got several challenges in our area of people trying to nick the trade.
Yeah.
We've got one very big, very popular rugby pub, which is it's just rammed, absolutely rammed. And then in recent years, we've got the local brewery, which shows live rugby down there, and that's very popular.
Yeah.
And we're noticing it. We're feeling it in the till.
Well, the thing is with it is that what I find quite extraordinary is that England are playing on Sunday this year, so we've all got a full fixture list, a full league programme. Then the next round of games, the national leagues will still play for some of those games, and so you're showing the matches live. For instance, on the 10th when England played Wales, it's a later kickoff, but sides are playing there, and you're travelling away. You've got to make the decision: do you stay and watch the match?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you come back? Some sides just will have their meal, leave straight away. Other people go along, watch the afternoon's rugby on television, which is fair enough, and don't even go outside to watch the club matches.
Yeah.
So I think you have that conflict of interest, which I would like to see changed. Perhaps just don't play on international weekends when England.
I was thinking about this the
home,
other day. We used to do that, didn't we?
Yeah, but we did, and we used to. Oh no, I think we used to do. You always just play Saturday mornings, didn't you? And you used to have either a local fixture, or you'd have touring sides who were going to Twickenham and
social.
come down. That's a few years ago now,
Yeah.
but there was.
The other challenge it brings to clubs as well is like this Sunday's case in point. We've got the ladies' first team game.
Yeah.
We've got a Colts League fixture. We've got the ladies under 18s have got a game. The under 15 ladies are training. The under 13 girls are playing in a game, and we're just rammed, absolutely rammed. What do we're going to have the best part of 90 mouths to feed coming off the park in the middle of an international, which is in a rammed clubhouse.
Yes. Yeah.
Where do your priorities go? Do you just say to the players, grab a plate of food and mingle, or do you put them in the changing room, or do you reserve a space for them?
Yeah.
Interesting dilemma for clubs.
It is. I mean, it's very difficult. I'd be interested now with the, say, the treasurers of clubs, anybody watching, give us some feedback on this. How does your club deal with an international weekend? I think it's quite important because it can help everybody and help other clubs out. But before we go, we have digressed. Come on then, what are your predictions?
This weekend?
Yeah, Wales and Scotland. Who are you going to go for?
Do you know what? At the risk of attracting a load of negative comments, I really fancy Scotland.
Okay, I'll go with Wales. Okay,
Good.
And in Paris, Ireland and France.
Without a shadow of a doubt, Ireland.
Okay, I'll join you on that one. And then finally in Rome on Sunday.
It's going to be England. It's just a question of how many.
Yeah, I think England would just be too strong. No matter
Yeah, I do
the hype,
too.
and build up for Italy. But hey, listen, have a great weekend on Saturday or Sunday.
Absolutely. Thanks very much for watching.